Hey everyone, it's Sid Fish here, the only fish that goes on vacation into video games and reviews his vacation he had in the game. In my last video, I talked about my vacation into the game Pokemon, but in this video, I'm going to tell you about my vacation in the Mario World. A more specific location in the Mario World is Bowser's Castle. Are you surprised about that? Because I was. Apparently Bowser opened up a part of his castle as a hotel for people to sightsee or something. I guess that's where Bowser got the funds to build a flying clown. Anyway, let me give you my review of my vacation. Don't go to Bowser's Castle for a trip. It is by far one of the worst hotels in gaming history. It has awful service, bad plumbing, dangerous hotel rooms, and you'll have an overwhelming fear of falling in lava while you're there. It was such a bad place to stay, it left burn marks on me. I don't know why it hasn't been shut down. Putting my ranting aside, let me tell you how this terrible trip went from the beginning. It all started when I arrived at the castle via magic wand. I walked through the gates to go to the service counter to check in, and that's when I noticed something. But before I tell you what I noticed, let me point something out to you. Imagine Bowser coming home to his castle after a long day of kidnapping princesses. Bowser probably wants to relax in his room by watching TV and eating some nachos. But before he does that, he has to walk all the way down his hallway to his room. But apparently, there is a bunch of lava and traps on the way to his room that he originally built for Mario. And he somehow didn't notice that this would affect him too. So he struggles to get to his room without getting killed, and doing so looks a little like this. I'm gonna have to install a backdoor. And that's what I noticed. For me to get to my hotel room, I would have to go through all of that. So I asked the Koopa at the service desk for a room that I could get to without having to deal with all that. The Koopa was able to give me a room that I could get to by swimming underwater. Good thing I'm a fish. Speaking of rooms, Bowser's Castle has some pretty awful hotel rooms. Let me tell you what's wrong with them. For starters, each hotel room is directly above lava. What separates you from the lava is a bridge. Right next to the bridge is an axe. If you pick up the axe, touch it, hit it, or even spit on it, the bridge you're on will collapse. What a wise business investment, huh, Bowser? That overwhelming fear of death will surely keep your customers happy. Well, after I unpacked, I had to use the bathroom, so I carefully made my way past the axe and went to the hotel room's bathroom. It didn't exactly have a toilet, it had a giant green pipe instead. Well, anyway, I sat down to go in it, but then I fell into the pipe. That's right, you heard me, I fell in it, and I landed in this underground cavern. Hey man, looks like you met the same sad fate we have. You know, this place would probably have better plumbing if Bowser and Mario were friends. I guess I should have known that this would happen, considering the fact that in Mario games you have to go down pipes to get to secret areas and levels, but still, would it have killed Bowser if he put in a regular toilet in the hotel room? You know, I think that the past people who stayed in Bowser's Castle fell in lava and died. I know it sounds weird, but how else would you explain all these skeletons walking around the place? Oh well, at least it's fun to mess with them. Later, when I was outside sightseeing, I decided to eat some of the mushrooms that you can find in the blocks, because they seem to be a popular snack in the Mario world. So I punched a brick and ate the mushroom that came out of it. I was surprised to find that it was really good, so I punched another brick and ate another one. Pretty soon I had dozens upon dozens of mushrooms in front of me, and I was gobbling them all down. But this is where something bad happened. I accidentally ate a toad. I'm sorry, it's not my fault. It just blended in with the mushrooms. And in my defense, both mushrooms and toads have faces. Sure, one has a torso, but it probably just thought that it was an odd growth extension or something. Well, I guess he's now living with the skull mushrooms. I decided to go buy a pet Yoshi because I've always wanted to ride one. So I went to the local pet store and bought one. It was fun riding on him, at first, but then I noticed he started eating things like crazy. So imagine strolling around on the back of Yoshi, but every time he came across a fruit or a Goomba or something, he would snatch it up with his tongue and eat it. Then immediately afterwards, he would lay an egg. This normally wouldn't bother me, but the reason it does is because Yoshi is a boy. Boys don't lay eggs. So I did some research thinking that maybe Yoshi was a girl, and I found that Yoshi was, in fact, a boy. So the question remains, why can Yoshi lay eggs even though he's a boy? Maybe he's half boy, half girl. Or maybe he's a robot! When in an answer to this question, I informed the National Department for the Study of Yoshis of this rare phenomenon. They said they would get to researching why this is happening right away. Maybe someday we'll have our answer. You know, if Mario gets hurt every time he touches a Koopa's side, I wonder what would happen if two Koopas were to shake hands.
Oh, hey, Stan. It's so nice to see you again.
Yeah, Bob, it's been like forever.
That must be really hard for them when they have to hug all of their relatives on Thanksgiving. Remember how earlier in the video I was talking about how if you touch the axe in your room, the floor will collapse under you and you'll fall in lava? Well, Bowser has that exact same thing in his room, and whenever Mario comes to confront him, Mario ends up killing Bowser by grabbing the axe while Bowser is trying to kill Mario with his flame breath. Bowser, I have some advice for you. Use the axe on Mario! This is the part of the video where I talk about what's dangerous about the vacation, and I think I've pretty much mentioned all the dangers in Bowser's Castle, from the lava to the axe to the traps to the bad plumbing. I think I've covered it all. Well, there you go. So anyway, that's pretty much how my vacation to Bowser's Castle went. And it sucked. A lot. It gets 2 stars out of 5. That's very low. But don't get me wrong, Bowser's Castle is fun if you're playing in a video game, but as a vacation, no! Well, anyway, if you've enjoyed watching this, then subscribe for more videos. If you didn't enjoy watching this, then subscribe anyway. If you have an idea for a vacation I should review, put your idea somewhere in the comments. I'm Fish, and thanks for watching. One day, I got the idea to vacation in Bowser's Castle. It was very hot and painful. Oh my, yi, yi. It had bad plumbing. There was an axe. I ate a toad and rode an egg-laying guy. It was so hot and painful. Oh my. I juggled some bones and got fat on mushrooms. Oh my, oh my, oh my. This trip is only deserved to a bad guy. Oh my.